Hello and welcome to Bounding into Comics. My name is John Trent. I'm the founder and editor-in-chief at Bounding into Comics. Today I got a story about a rumor claiming that The Mandalorian Season 3 is expected to begin filming soon and that Wookiees are expected to show up. But before we get to that, I'd like to ask if you could please hit that subscribe button if you are not already subscribed. And if you are already subscribed, if you could please make sure you are still subscribed. And then hopefully by the end of this video, I will have earned your like, and that you will give us a like, and that you will share this with your friends and family. So let's get to it. As I said, a relatively recent rumor claims that Star Wars and Lucasfilm are ramping up to begin production on The Mandalorian Season 3. This rumor comes from Instagram user The Bespin Bulletin, and he posted this back on April 19th, so it's a little bit about a month ago. The Bespin Bulletin reported, quote, "As of late, I've been seeing more and more evidence that production is due to begin very, very soon on the third season of The Mandalorian. According to my sources, multiple departments and different companies working on the production have really ramped up to meet deadlines, many of which is for this month," which was April. He's talking about April. What was interesting about the scoop is the Bespin Bulletin reports that the sets where The Mandalorian filmed in a Los Angeles train yard for seasons 1 and 2 have been taken down, and, quote, the lot is currently empty apart from the blue screens, which are always there, and old props from The Mandalorian Season 2, including burnt trees, moisture vaporators, and scraps of Tatooine. The Bespin Bulletin believes it could take at least a month or two before they begin filming in order to construct the set for Season 3. He says that's how long it took them to kind of construct the set for Seasons 1 and 2 before they began filming. However, he also speculates they could begin filming earlier at a Manhattan Beach Studios location. So The Mandalorian Season 3 production could begin at the Manhattan Beach Studios location while they are building or rebuilding the set at that Los Angeles train yard lot. On top of these rumors regarding The Mandalorian gearing up to begin filming, Bespin Bulletin also claims that a Wookiee or multiple Wookiees might show up for Season 3. The Instagram user reports, quote, "I've heard of a Wookiee showing up again as of late from a secondary source and even saw proof that a Wookiee might be appearing in The Mandalorian Season 3 from a news source." He adds, "I don't know if the Wookiee is of any significance, if it's a character we're familiar with, or if even just a background character." And so that's pretty much all of the Bespin Bulletin's scoop right there. Not much else is really known about The Mandalorian Season 3 other than the fact that Gina Carano will not be returning since Lucasfilm unceremoniously fired her via a press statement while lying about her social media posts. Creator, executive producer, and the show's main writer, Jon Favreau, did reveal that The Mandalorian Season 3 wouldn't go into production until after they finished the Book of Boba Fett. He first explained on Good Morning America that the Book of Boba Fett and The Mandalorian are two separate shows, stating, quote, "So this is actually separate from The Mandalorian Season 3, but what we didn't say in that announcement is that the next show coming up, Kathy said the next chapter, and that is going to be the Book of Boba Fett." So he's talking about that Disney investors meeting where they had all of those, where they announced a lot of the Star Wars shows, and then that the next chapter of the Mandalorian would be in December. And then Favreau is kind of explaining here that the next chapter is the Book of Boba Fett, but the Book of Boba Fett is separate from The Mandalorian Season 3. And then he specifically said that The Mandalorian Season 3 would not begin until after the Book of Boba Fett finished, and this is what he says. He says, "And then we go into production right after that on Season 3 of The Mandalorian, back with the main character that we all have known and love. That is pretty soon following that. So we are working on that pre-production now while we are in production on Boba Fett." And he said this back in December, so things might have changed because they fired Carano in February. So who knows if that's actually still the case. But it does seem to appear to be the case if the rumors from the Bespin Bulletin are true and that they are ramping up production, given that it does appear that they are winding down production on the Book of Boba Fett. As for what the pre-production process looks like, Favreau provided details on the show's creative process back in January, revealing he and the Lucasfilm team are putting the show together as they go. Speaking with the Writers Guild of America and discussing the concept art shown at the end of each episode of The Mandalorian, Favreau said, quote, "We also made the choice to not edit out things that didn't make it to air or that changed, so it really shows the writer's notes and this idea of this ongoing pulpy writing process whereby you're creating the story as you go and people are waiting for the next chapter to come out." He continued saying, "We think about it as novels or books, but there's something really pure about this book about this back and forth between an audience and storytellers that seems in a weird way through technology to emulate the campfire storytelling. I really like the back and forth with the audience, and I love the back and forth with the artists, directors, and other people that I'm collaborating with. I'm writing for other directors most of the time, and that's something I've never experienced either. He then detailed that his writing is informed by audience feedback. He says, in this case, there's a feedback loop that's so immediate that it's actually affecting the way that you're writing moving forward, based on what you're seeing and also the feedback from the audience. And this immediate world of streaming, where it goes out there and you get immediate feedback, is so different than movies, where you could sit in the back of the theater or read reviews. Here, there's a conversation that's flowing around you, and it just depends to what extent you want to bend your ear to that or isolate yourself from it, depending on what will most fully support you creatively. Some people like to wall themselves off, which I sometimes do, and some people like to really just wade into it. Now you can listen to every water cooler in every office, essentially thanks to the internet. And that's how he wrapped up answering that question. So it looks like we might be getting Mandalorian Season 3 sooner rather than later. It looks like it's going to be going into production quite soon, which means we probably might get it in 2022 sometime, which is what previous rumors had indicated. But let me know, what do you make of this rumor? Do you think that we are going to be seeing production from The Mandalorian Season 3 beginning relatively soon? And what do you think the story is going to be in The Mandalorian Season 3 following Luke Skywalker coming in to save the day and taking Grogu away? Let me know what you think. My name is John Trent. You've been watching Bounding into Comics.